Okay, we are live, and welcome back, everybody. This is the First Inning Radio Show, live with BX Bomber 2011, along with Roger, the big Yankee fan. Say hello, Roger.
Hello, BX Bomber. Everything is going pretty good. Just getting over a little bit of a nasty cold, but things are going pretty good, and we're only a week away from the Yankees reporting to Florida. The Yankees will be reporting to Florida on the 13th, as you reported, and we're just 1 week away now.
Absolutely, and we're going to keep it strong right here on television radio and keep the people informed about MLB and everything else in the world.
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good.
Yeah, man, I can't believe spring training is right around the corner. And you know what? Today, I saw clips of Luke Voit from the Yankees, first baseman. He was hitting bombs out into the outfield. And I also saw Clint Frazier taking ground balls with Bird out in the outfield as well. So those three are there as we speak.
Excellent. Sounds good. And Luke Voit, well, he really was a very pleasant surprise for the Yankees last year, and I believe that he did take that job away from Greg Bird. Greg Bird really underperformed last season, and Luke Voit, after coming over from the Cardinals, was a very pleasant surprise, showing a lot of power, and he became a fan favorite very quickly as he took over that position at first base. And what did he hit, about 15 home runs, I believe, after
something
he came
like
over?
that in that nature. But you know what? Greg Bird can get his job back if he has a gold glove. That's the only way he gets it. He has to get it back defensively. If you see Lou Voit in the field suspect and he can't handle ground balls and the heat on the corner there, they're gonna put Greg Bird and that's the only way Greg Bird will take the job back.
Yeah, or maybe they might try to do a platoon, with Voit being a right-handed hitter and Greg Bird being a left-handed
And then
hitter.
again, you don't lose Voit because he's gonna be the DH.
Right. They can do a lot of things with the DH because they really want Giancarlo Stanton to do a lot of playing in the left field, along with Gardner, so they can have rotations at DH. Where they can have different guys in there. They can have Gary Sanchez in there for a game.
Yeah, because in my opinion, they're gonna have Stanton play left and center field and DH. I mean center field, right field, left field, and DH. That's what Stanton will play. Judge, he's only a right fielder, but he made a comment in the news. I don't know if you heard, but he said if Harper comes to the Yankees, he'll be happy to change his position and play left field.
Oh, wow.
But Aaron Judge is no way in hell no left fielder. He can't even handle right field. So there's no way he can handle left field.
That's a very big field at Yankee Stadium. Left field is a big field.
Left field is no joke, man. They hit some rockets over there, man. And the only one I seen that can play a left field solid is Brett Gardner. He's the only one I seen that can play solid. Yeah, man. And look, you got Aaron Hicks in center, solid. He can play. And Judd, I give him a 75 in right field. But he's still solid though.
Right.
But hitting, man, imagine if Harper came to the Yankees.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I have a little thing about that is making some Yankee fans excited, and that is Bryce Harper is already in training, and he has shaved his beard. So I don't know if he's sending a signal to the Yankees that for them to offer a contract to him or not, or if there's something going on. But he's made some Yankee fans excited because he shaved his beard off, and they may be seeing that as a sign.
Whoa. But before you get into the article, who are you going to pick? Who would you rather come to the Yankees and have on your team? Would you rather have Harper for the next, I don't know how many years he wants, and he can be a solid outfield with Harper, Stanton, Judd, and Hicks? Man, that sounds crazy already. Or Right? Wow. That's like an all-star team already. And we didn't even get through halfway of the lineup already. My God.
No.
And then imagine or Manny Machado on third base. Who you think is gonna have a bigger impact, or who should we get rather than the other, Harper or Machado?
I really can't pick because they're both young players that are 26 years old, and they would both, add a lot of value to the team. But to put a little bit of a damper on it, there's been some things about how Cashman is saying he does not expect to add any more to the roster at this point. And Machado, still his preference is to come to the Yankees, Machado. But the Yankees don't seem to be particularly interested in him. Maybe they may be still laying in wait, something like what the Red Sox did with J.D. Martinez before they signed him. But the Yankees are really throwing a lot of cold water on all of this,
Imagine, how about this for a laugh or a joke, right? Imagine if Manny Machado or Bryce Harper doesn't get signed, and they go on the season without no team.
Well, nothing would surprise me at this point.
Imagine though, but I mean, I'm just talking. But could you imagine if that could happen?
Yes, I can see it
Because they're too expensive. Nobody can afford them. Let's say, right? And they're like, nah, I can't afford them. And then we're already booked. I'm already booked. You're already booked. Now you don't have a team to play for. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's crazy how they do that bidding war with the agents and the teams, man. And those general managers, they know how to work that system on that bidding war. You know?
Right.
But
this is the way it was last year too. And during the off season, the owners are being ruthless, and there are still over 50 free agents that haven't been signed in 2017. 2018, 2019. And Dallas Keuchel is still unsigned. Machado is unsigned. Bryce Harper is unsigned, and
Gio Gonzalez, I think is still unsigned. There's at least 10 great players. I think at least 10.
Yeah.
Or almost 10 players like super or like all-star players that are not signed yet. That's crazy.
Exactly.
So what you got on the article? Not to cut you off.
Okay, sure. Well, what I have is it is rule change proposal time period now. Where these are proposals. None of these have been put into action as of yet. But they are proposals for different types of rule changes. And this is an article that comes from River Avenue Blues, which is a nice Yankee blog, and it is from Mike from River.
And just to tell the people, the rule book of baseball is very pretty much in black and white. And what people don't understand is there's a lot of rules in baseball that are not in the book. Basically called gentleman rules. Gentleman type of rules. But now we're going to hear the rules that are going to be implemented for this season.
Well, these are proposals. Nothing has been implemented. These are just proposals. Gotcha. And they have not been implemented yet. But this article is from River Avenue Blues, and it does say that spring training is a week away, and that means we're now in rule change season, or more accurately, rule change proposal season. Each year around this time, MLB and MLBPA, Major League Baseball Players Association, propose ways to theoretically improve the game, and every so often rule changes are implemented. Last year, mound visits were limited for the first time, as you know. And so these are rule changes that may or may not affect the Yankees, and there's a number of them here. The first one is the universal DH, and that was proposed by the Major League Baseball Players Association. And then the second one is the 20-second pitch clock, proposed by Major League Baseball. And the third one is draft penalties for tanking, Major League Baseball Players Association.
Okay.
The fourth one is 2 sport players can sign Major League contracts out of the draft, and that's the Players Association. The fifth one is end all spring training games after 10 innings. The sixth one is put a runner at second base to begin extra innings in the All-Star game. The eighth one is more players are mic'd up during games. And the ninth one is shorten commercial breaks by 30 seconds and add split-screen ads to compensate Major League Baseball.
Yes,
So
yes, like they do in NASCAR. You know,
So
like they do in NASCAR. You know, when you watch a NASCAR, like the Daytona and all that, they have the cars on the little small screen, and you watch the ad. That's what they need to do with baseball as well.
Exactly. And what they say is hooray for the universal DH because pitchers are terrible hitters. They hit 115 and nuts in over 5,100 plate appearances in 2018. So let's get real hitters in there. A universal DH doesn't do much for the Yankees, though. The Yankees play 10 or so interleague road games each year, and at most 4 road games in the World Series. The union wants a universal DH this coming season, but it seems likely to wait until 2020. They can't just drop this on National League teams days before camp opens, you know.
So what does that mean? What does that mean, universal DH? What are they trying to say? Like in the National League, they can have a regular DH or a pitcher there?
I'm sorry? Did you say that again?
What is the definition of universal DH? What are they trying to say with that?
What they're trying to do is they're trying to just bring the DH into the National League as well as the American League.
And they can use him as a pitcher or just a regular hitter?
Just a hitter. Just as hitters. They want designated hitters for both the National League and the American League.
That's not going to be fun. They're not going to do that.
Yeah, they said they may bring it in by 2020, but it's too late in the off season to drop that on National League teams as of right now. You know, so that is the deal there. And they also the 20-second pitch clock, and he said he's pro pitch clock, and 20 seconds is a good number. Aroldis Chapman averaged 28.4 seconds between pitches last year, and Masahiro Tanaka 26.1 seconds. Are by far the worst offenders among current Yankees. They have to adjust and pick up the pace of the game a bit is what they will have to do. Otherwise, a 20-second pitch clock will require minimal adjustments for current Yankees and most pitchers around the league. Remember, there's a pitch clock in AA and AAA, so lots of pitchers have experience with them already. And I think that would be good as well, is to have the 20-second pitch clock brought in.
Yeah, it would be. It would be. No, because it actually speeds up the game a little bit, because the problem is what a lot of people are saying is that the game is a little boring and it drags on and it becomes slow at times. You know?
Exactly.
So they want to actually like speed it up.
Right. The pace of play has to be picked up, you know, and when the pitcher is standing on the mound for close to 30 seconds, it really makes the game drag. It's not that they want to pick up the pace of play, not necessarily the length of the game, but they want the pace of the play to be better.
And people don't understand too that that's the way the game was originally played in the beginning. It was fast like that. They didn't come out the box. They didn't check down the third base line at the coach. They didn't fix their batting gloves because they didn't have any batting gloves. All they did was stand in the box, chew their chewing tobacco, spit it, and wait for the next pitch. That was it.
The games were at least a half hour shorter back in the 70s, so to speak. You know, I watched Game 6 of the 1977 World Series again, and that game went for about 2 hours and 37 minutes, if I recall correctly. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's what it was, about 2 hours.
It was a quick game.
You know, and that was, a higher scoring game, too. And now these games are averaging, 3 hours or over 3 hours sometimes, so they want to pick up the pace of play and, not have the batters The batters are supposed to only step out when a foul ball is hit, but that rule is not enforced that much. They step out quite a bit.
They actually stopped enforcing it, right? In my opinion.
Yeah, I think they're right there. They did. And now for the two-sport player, the two-sport player thing might as well be called the Kyler Murray rule. Murray, the 9th overall pick in last year's draft, is a legitimate first-round NFL prospect. He's trying to leverage that into more money from the Athletics. Good for him. Major League Baseball Players Association wants better contracts for draftees, but they also don't want to lose their high-end talent to other sports. The thing is, players like Murray, who have a chance to go pro in two sports, are very rare, so this won't come up often. There is some potential for abuse here, though. Sign me up or I'll become a professional bowler. So,
funny.
yes, I can understand that about the two-sport player. And there really has only been a few, throughout the history. Really.
Oh, yeah, Deion Sanders was the greatest of that, and Bo Jackson.
Exactly.
They were the greatest. I don't see why not. Why not? That's great for sports in general to have that like that.
Exactly. And
but it's only been baseball and football though. I haven't seen a basketball player and baseball. I haven't seen that yet. That'll be new.
No, I haven't really seen. Well,
right?
Did Michael Jordan try baseball?
No, but he wasn't playing at the same time though.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I think that would be kind of hard to do because basketball ends in April, right? The playoffs are in April.
Well, the season ends in April, and then they have like 2 months worth of playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
They go out till June because so many teams make the playoffs in basketball.
Oh, that's right. The championship in basketball is like the first weekend in June or something like that.
Exactly, or mid-June, really.
Right.
Mid-June.
Wow, yeah, that's gonna be hard to do, man. To be a basketball player and a baseball player, I don't know.
Exactly. And then the next one is then spring games after 10 innings. Use the tiebreaker rule in the All-Star game, and who cares? They do it. They say do it. Those games are meaningless. Miking up more players would be fun, and I'm pro fun. Let's hear some Didi Gregorius banter during games. Shortening commercial breaks is cool with me. We already have split-screen advertising during mound visits and even between pitches. Replacing 30 seconds of commercial break with 30 seconds of split-screen ads is fine with me. 30 fewer seconds between half innings shave at least 16 minutes off the time of game. So I think that's a good idea as well.
Well, what they need to do is, and you know what, a great ambassador of this idea has been Alex Rodriguez, and and we actually did a podcast on this about baseball needing social media, and you know what, I think it'll be way cooler if MLB, like when you pay for the subscription of MLB and you pay for MLB TV, I think it'll be way cooler that you can look into the dugout. You know what I'm saying? You can see what the players are doing. You can look at different cameras. You can look at the bullpen camera and see the pitcher pitching and warming up back there and see what they're doing. They don't have these things. And you know what? I think, just like Alex Rodriguez said, I think a child, 11, 10 years old, I think he would pay more attention to those small things than the actual game. You know what I mean? Because if a kid is playing baseball, he wants to know how Mariano is warming up in the bullpen. Right. And he wants to be like him. So he's going to watch him, and he's going to watch the game till he comes in.
Exactly.
So you're kind of grabbing fans with these little clips of social media. You're pulling them in a little bit more. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Anything to accentuate the game and get young fans interested. To get young people interested in baseball, and any way of promoting the game or showing how they're warming up or what they're doing and all that kind of thing would really help. that's for sure. That's for sure. Anything to accentuate the game and make it more interesting and draw in young fans would be pretty good.
I remember they had an app. I haven't seen it. I think they might have took it down, or I have to re-download it. I haven't downloaded it last season, but they have an app that while you're watching the game, you can guess what's gonna be the next hit or play, or is it gonna be a strike or an out, a fly out, or whatever, and you get points on that. You know,
Wow, that sounds fun.
And because of your guess, you know, you get points, you know, and you can become a high level player, you know, and stuff like that. I forgot the name of it. I have to re-download that thing if it's still around. But
Wow.
that's a fun game I used to play a lot. That was like 2 seasons ago I didn't do it last season. I don't know why. Maybe I forgot. But
And
yeah.
here is another one that has been added, or they proposed, the 3-batter minimum for pitchers. Major League Baseball proposed a 3-batter minimum for pitchers, and while the Major League Baseball Players Association is reportedly open to the idea, they want to test it in the minors in 2018 before being implemented in the big leagues in 2020. The league wants it right away. The minors are for development. You don't see many 1 or 2 batter matchup relief appearances down there. Testing it in the minors is a way to push it off a year more than anything which I think is necessary, because teams already have 2019 roster spots earmarked for matchup relievers. Can't drop this on clubs with this little warning. So what they want to do is if you bring a pitcher in, they have to face a minimum of 3 batters before they can be taken out.
No way. It's not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Because then that could blow the game for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if we know this guy sucks, but we know he can get Roger out. You know what I mean? And we put him in to get Roger out. He gets Roger out, but we know this guy sucks. Then the next batter, the next 2 batters are gonna blast him.
Exactly. What
you
they
know?
would be doing, is they'd be getting away from the specialist relief pitcher, like the specialist lefty that comes in to face a left-handed batter and then gets taken out after that at bat.
So what they're trying to do is bring down the value of bullpen pitchers.
I guess in some ways, yeah, or I guess it may be a case of game situation where the manager's not coming out after every pitcher comes in and faces 1 batter, and then the manager comes out and does another pitching change. So it could be pace of game as well.
Nah, I don't see it happening, because the bullpen is where the money is, and that determines your championship, your season. The no bullpen, no championship, bottom line. And you have to buy these guys. You know what I mean? You have to purchase these big name guys to have a good bullpen to hold down the team. So I don't know how that is gonna work, man. If you're gonna pay, okay, unless you paying a guy $20 million a year and he's for sure going to get 3 batters out, then that's a difference. But in baseball, there's no way you're gonna get 3 batters out. That's that's a whole inning.
I know. And it says, do you know how many pitching appearances of 1 or 2 batters the Yankees had last year? 37. The fewest in baseball. The Phillies led the way with 128. In 2017, the Yankees had 52 such relief appearances, the 4th fewest in baseball. It's been a while since the Yankees employed true matchup relievers like Clay Rapala. Those guys are already fading away. The rule change would make them extinct. It also increases the chances of a big inning, because if a reliever comes in and gives up back-to-back dingers or throws 8 straight balls, etc., he has to stay in to face a 3rd batter. So that's what would happen if they did that.
Nah, X that out, man. That's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Right. What's the next one?
Okay. Let me see here. We have, I think we've just about done them all. Let me just go back and check again. to see what we have here. But I want to thank River Avenue Blues for having this nice article that we're
man,
reviewing.
because they're trying to go away from the way Joe Torre used to manage as a chess match.
Right.
And a lot of managers can't manage that way because they don't know how to play the chess match. You know?
More players mic'd up during the games, and that's the Major League Baseball Players Association. Would you be into having players mic'd up during regular season games where Didi Gregorius has a microphone on him during the game, and you could hear the chatter in the infield as to what they're talking about and what they're saying to one another?
Well, yeah, because they already kind of have that already. Because they have those sound mics hooked up in Yankee Stadium, and they get those sounds, but a lot of the times, those guys curse. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they would have to make an agreement where they can't curse, man. Because there's been a lot of times on the Yes Network where they have that sound. Yeah, they have that sound thing, and you can hear it, and they pump up the volume on that, and you hear the guy strike out and go F. You know?
Yes, exactly.
You know,
exactly.
and then then you're killing the ratings now. You know?
Exactly.
So they will have to understand that certain players won't be able to be mic'd up because of that stuff. You know?
Exactly.
So it will have to be only like a chosen few for now.
And then also when they're showing the dugout, all the players are always spitting and scratching. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All the players are constantly spitting and scratching themselves and all that kind of stuff. So they'd have to clean up their act a little bit, if they were doing these type of things a little bit. So some players might not like it that much to constantly have the eye on them.
Yeah, it's true. No, because I honestly too, to have a camera in the dugout, you might tip a lot of things off to the other team.
Exactly.
Because you have people that are experts that can that can see those things.
Exactly. They'd be in the other clubhouse watching it on TV.
Yeah, man, it's true. So everybody has to be careful on how they play the game, man. And we all know from the New England Patriots on how they used to steal signs,
Oh, yeah.
with the Jets and all that stupidness, So it happens. It happens, and the people write books on these things on how to steal signs from these teams,
Oh, yeah, exactly. And, speaking of which, that Super Bowl was definitely low scoring when you brought up the Patriots.
It was a good game because they kept the Patriots down to a touchdown,
Exactly, a touchdown and 2 field goals. But I've been keeping track of the time here, and I think that we're just about at the 30-minute mark now.
That's right. We're at the end of the for all our time here on Television Radio. I want to thank everybody for listening here on Television Radio, and we're gonna come up with more and talk more baseball when the season starts. Can't wait for it, man. How you feel, Roger?
That sounds good to me. I'm excited and also looking forward to seeing you in about a month. I'll be up in the Bronx at Yankee Stadium, and we'll be setting ourselves up for the season with tickets.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be great. Hopefully by then, the weather will be fine and there's no giant major snowstorms or something like that.
Exactly.
Who knows?
Exactly.
It could snow opening day. You know what I mean?
You never know these days.
You never know. Exactly, man. So yeah, man. So for all the people, please give a like, share, subscribe, comment. Let us know that you're alive. And we'll definitely see everybody soon. And so long, everybody. And we'll see you folks on the next radio, television, exclusive. And we'll see you next time.